know that part.
Mm-hmm. So the whole of Pulse or the top Dunfermline area from they go right back to the Thomases is all our ancestors' property.
But then the Thomases are related to us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's in a very close way.
Very, very close way, I know.
Very, very close.
Oh, okay.
Very close. Yeah,
Right,
very
so
close.
there you go.
We're Zulu grandchildren.
Right. So I hope you all heard it now. Yeah. Yeah. My grandparents by my put it this way, my great grandparents by my father's side, they were never slaves.
Yeah. If you look at, you see Linus Walker is with family. You see how the look of Linus and them. Linus and them is like the real Chinese looking. Linus Walker, you remember Linus Walker?
And he's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. You see how he feels wrong? With the Chinese.
I'm gonna show you something. Where is it? I'm gonna show you something, and then you'd understand why the person was talking to me about that said thing. Come on, Grenada. Good morning. How you all doing? All right. So, shucks thing. How that thing behaving? Like that thing is a gay, right? Oh, I can't say that again. That gay, right? Is me.
Gay is a family.
All right. So take a look at that picture and then tell me.
Yeah. What's your daughter? Pure Chinese.
Her brother ain't far off.
No, not at all. Not at all.
He ain't far off at all.
Yeah. Yeah, man, we have it strong.
Yeah. And those are the same sort of features that Linus Walker has, that round face.
Yeah, he brother and them. If it's not his brother, they.
You know, the interesting thing is now, so if my son has a child and the child come out to be Chinese, then they say you get a Han child.
Yeah, you understand?
Lord have mercy. Not knowing
that gene is there.
The gene is there. It's there with him. If she has a child now, they say what? She a Chinese man?
Yeah, I understand.
No, but the gene is there and it's been there for a long time. It's been there.
And he could always replay. I had a friend from South Africa and his name was also Andre. And identical, like we are twin brothers. Identical, you know. So, yeah, he came from South Africa. Zulu came from South Africa.
One day we need. Is there any? Who is the oldest in the family line that is alive today?
I think it's my dad. You know.
Where is he?
He's there right in Pulse.
I had to go look for him.
Yeah, go look for him.
I have to go look for him.
Yeah.
Sit and talk with him.
Yeah.
And vibes.
And you know a lot. 87 is 87.
87? No, I must know. I know I must go and talk to him. No. Hey, let me take a commercial break, friends. Stay with us. This is real. This is 91.
This is 50 years of Calypso excellence as Made in Grenada presents Calypso at 50 featuring Unlucky.
I must go back, my little island is called.
The original inspector. Flying Turkey, Lady Cinty, Smokey, Peter Humphrey, Randy Isaac, Woodsman Kelly, Squeezy, Scholar, Black Wizard, and Chama, and the Hitman Inspector. One stage, one night, Sunday, February 11th, 6 p.m. sharp at the Grenada National Cricket Stadium. Tickets are $50 and are available at Canadian Optical, Town and Grandad's, Mitchell's Wellness, Grandad's, St. David Pharmacy, Maxis More, and St. Andrew Pharmacy, Calico, Sates, Shizemore, Licks and Bites, and GoToFed.com. The hits. The classics, the performances as Grenada celebrates 50. Sponsored by Flow, Brighton and Miners, Antillean Group, Spy-Style Auto Rental, Wayne Mitchell, Glenelg, Springwater, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenada Distillers, makers of Gladscott Rum. Sunday, February 11th, 6 p.m. Grenada National Stadium. This is 50 years of Calypso excellence.
Hey, you. Why pay high prices to watch TV or struggle with apps on your Fire Stick? For only $2.75 per year or $75 for 3 months, you can have unlimited access to thousands of live TV channels, including news, sports, entertainment, and much more. All you need is a Fire Stick, Android device, or smart TV. Too good to be true? Then try our free trial for 36 hours before you buy. Interested? Then call or WhatsApp DP Marketing on 457-3546 or 538-9026. That's 457-3546 or 538-9026. DP Marketing. We bring the world to you.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our that you need security, sash, casement, or windows, we're able to do it. Our security and duty doors and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather resistant.
Israel 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Good morning, Cassia Johnson. Tell us, what's the weather going to be like today, my dear?
Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners. Here is the weather for today, Thursday, 1st February 2024. Currently at the airport, conditions are fair and hazy. Winds are from the southeast at 14 miles per hour. Pressure 1013.2 millibars, which is normal and rising. Present temperature 27.1 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 84%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30.5 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperature last night 26.3 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, there was no rainfall at the airport, which is the total for February so far. January's total is 84.2 millimeters. Looking at the public forecast valid for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be generally fair with dense haze. A dense haze advisory is in effect. Persons with respiratory illnesses, please take precaution. Today's maximum temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Tides are currently rising and will be high at 8 a.m., low at 2:30 p.m. Sunset today 6:09, sunrise tomorrow 6:32. Again, the weather is expected to be generally fair with dense haze. A dense haze advisory is in effect. Persons with respiratory illnesses, please take precaution. From the Met Office, I am Cassia Johnson.
Thank you, Cassia. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right. This is real. This is 91.9. Cassia Johnson at the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office, giving us the latest on the weather. Good morning.
Industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
50 years as an independent nation. Now that's a reason to celebrate. Bank on a bright future with Quad Bank as we celebrate more than 50 years of partnership with Grenadians. Aspire, build, and advance with 100% financing to buy land, purchase or build your home, or make those much-needed home upgrades. No loan fees, no legal fees, low interest rates. And that's not all. 100% financing on brand new vehicles with 50% off loan fees. Celebrate you this year with special financing from Quad Bank. Apply today.
Welcome home. Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and new, spacious, convenient, and modern facilities on Seton Brown Street in Grenville and Grand Anse. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the Credit Union of Grenville, your financial security is guaranteed.
Get ready to experience the electrifying energy of the 2024 Carifta Games. This prestigious event brings together the finest young athletes from across the Caribbean, showcasing their talent, speed, and determination in a quest for glory. With the motto, many people, one region, celebrating athletics, Carifta embodies the spirit of unity and celebration, igniting a flame that will shape the future of sports in the region. Don't miss out on the action at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium from Saturday, March 30th to Monday, 1st April 2024. Secure your spot now by purchasing your tickets at Grenadian Optical or visiting gotofed.com. Join us in celebrating the athleticism and excellence of the Caribbean.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes. Number one, it's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You couldn't do without clothes and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brother.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world. And you probably need to try that one. Just bring it over by you. Yeah, learn how to untie. Yeah, you'll figure it out. Take your time. The world is not that difficult. The world is not that difficult. Right, okay. Make sure you're hearing. You're not hearing anything? How about now? Are you still not hearing? Okay, let me get up and retrace you and see where you are. Oh, there you are. So you should be hearing now. Yeah. Right. Okay. Good morning, Grenada. Again, good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world. And good morning to you, Dalton, once more.
Pleasant good morning to you, Mr. Donald. And again, Happy New Year. Glad to be back.
I'm very disappointed in you, eh?
Why?
You leave me and go and plant ganja. That's not good.
I might have to do something, you know.
Oh man, you got plant weed.
I passed and looked for you. Was not able. You told me I was going to the US. Ensure I dropped some herbs for you, some plant medicine, and I didn't see you then thereafter.
No, you didn't see me. No, you did not see me. Most definitely, you did not see me.
Yeah, so I had to go back to St. Vincent for a while.
So what do you went to do in Zurich? To plant weed?
I didn't plant, but yes, I was actively involved in a few events and spent a lot of time with the family. Did some research and development with some products, and looking good.
What is looking good? The weed?
Yeah, yeah. The company I'm involved with, they are about the best in St. Vincent in terms of growing marijuana, and possible we're looking to be the best in the world.
Are they that good? The Vincentian soil is that good?
Yeah, no, the most important thing really is sun, and there's a research that shows now a lot of in North America they grow with the light, and there's serious negatives as a result of growing marijuana with light. So the sun is very, 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 very.
So, well, we have the same sun here.
Yeah, well, the region. So that to tell you, sooner or later, a lot of those big companies will be coming to the region to
because
grow.
of the sun.
Yeah,
We have somebody
of the
online.
sun.
Let's take
Yeah.
them. Good morning. How are you? Hello? Hello? Well, goodbye. Yeah, the sun.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought it was just light.
No, that sun is what, well, the sun, that photosynthesis is really relying on the energy of the sun. So, like plant, if you look at it, some plants, the potency of a particular compound level might rise during the dry season, unlike in the rainy season. So a fruit might be sweet in the dry season, but not watery in the rainy season.
Yeah.
So that shows the importance of how important the sun as it relates to the energy and the production of those compounds.
Another person online. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Good morning, Mr. Primus.
And good morning to your guests, sir.
Yeah.
Morning, pleasant morning to you.
Right. Mr. Donald, I just called to confirm that the issue that I had on Saturday, Mr. Donald, I think it resolved.
I didn't understand what you mean by that.
Okay, Mr. Donald. I went to the headquarters and so on, at the rightful place. And I spoke with the people in charge, and they give me the assurance that all is okay. I could go ahead. I could go ahead on Saturday as accustomed to, and would not be affected.
You alone, or you and everybody else?
No, most likely everybody. Once you operate in that manner, you know how the manner in once you operate with your vehicle.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, how could they tell you get a tent? Don't use your vehicle, get a tent.
Yeah,
that wasn't making any sense at all.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So, well, you're lucky, because getting ready to go on a
No,
rampage.
Mr. Donald, no. As I said to you from the beginning, Mr. Donald, we have to balance it. And as I always said, yeah, Mr. Donald, I'm always looking to cooperate. I always believe in two parties getting together and seeing what it is. And that done instead of this hat-trick way of get out. You cannot do it. No.
But that is what they were saying.
Yes. That is what it sounded like. That
is what they were saying, And I was, and the thing is, you see, you have signs, and the signs are not clearly displayed.
Yeah.
And if I was not paying attention, my vehicle would have gotten clamped. And then it would not have been it wasn't my problem. If your sign is facing the sea, that's not my problem.
I think somebody had.
And that upset me, because you want to clamp my vehicle in a clandestine way. Then on your sign, you tell me, from that yellow line there to that yellow line there. Duh, yellow line doesn't say nothing about parking.
Right.
You have to do so and have it up. Who can read that a business?
Yes, so
I
I
am.
just let you know, Mr. Donald, this morning that
Well, I'm
I'm
very
comfortable.
happy. I'm very
Yes,
happy.
I'm much comfortable, Mr. Donald, because for the past couple, as a matter of fact, since after you have spoken to me, Saturday, at least Saturday and Sunday, I wasn't that well. I almost ended up with the same problem again.
Yeah, because that stress you out.
Yeah, it affects me, Mr. Donald. It affects me a lot. But Sunday night, as a matter of fact, Saturday night, they almost take me to the casual.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
It
so.
affects
That
me.
is
It affects
so.
me. Those things
That
affect
is
me, Mr.
so.
Donald.
Wow.
That's my livelihood. That's
Yeah.
my livelihood. I like to be comfortable and so on. So praise God, telling me the officers and so on, so I could continue.
Well, I'm happy for yourself and the others who are there.
Thank you,
The
Mr.
egg people and the other people who are there. I'm happy for them also.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Just let you know that. Sir.
All right. What you have for Saturday?
Usual stuff.
I don't know what that is.
Mr. Donald, the usual stuff that you saw that I had on Saturday.
Tell them people what you have. They're listening.
Mr. Donald, okay, Mr. Donald. I'll be having cauliflower.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be having the white one, and then I'll having the braco flower. And then I have normally the Jamaican color, which is going very well now. And lettuce as usual. So come right on in front of the Kentucky place on that street.
The Melville Street.
Melville Street. And you
you have watermelon? You have watermelon?
Yeah, I'll be having watermelon. I'm also having the watermelon.
The green ones, the green ones.
Not much of the green one.
But you remember what the crackhead tell you? You remember what the crackhead tell you?
Yeah.
I want you to. You see, people doesn't believe what I say. What did the crackhead tell you?
You see, when you have them pick those at least about 5 are the not 5, about 3 are the green trees.
Mm-hmm.
I said, listen, I have a 2 yellow one in the back. He said, Mr. Trevor, he said, watch, man, I can handle the yellow thing this morning. And I was totally surprised. I thought joke he was making. The guy just decided he wasn't picking the yellow coconut for me that day.
Yeah, you don't make no joke with no yellow coconut.
That was half of my trip. And what I'm telling you, it's now I wouldn't call him vagrant, but
yeah,
it's on site and so on. And just he said he's not doing it. I couldn't
not
believe him.
Climbing no yellow tree.
He cannot deal with this yellow coconut. I was totally surprised.
Yeah, if I tell people that, they say I lie and they say I think.
Yeah,
but anyway, take care of yourself, my brother.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, one love. Say
a
hello to wifey for me.
I'll do that, Mr. Donald.
All right, then, one love.
Thank you, sir.
Good. Yeah, my good friend Primus. You heard that? The guy usually pick coconut salmon. Yeah. Pick all the green one and say, okay, fine, I have 2 yellow in the bag there. The guy say, nah. I'll deal with that yellow thing. He say, Mr. Man, I do. The guy refused it.
As you're on that topic, I would like to send out my condolence to Paul Phillip family. And, I was shocked to learn of his passing. He was my form teacher, my biology teacher, my best friend, my father figure. I had some really good time with Paul as a teenager, as a teacher to me. And as a matter of fact, every afternoon from school, I used to be in Paul's house, me and Paul cooking until his daughter and them came and lived with him.
Right.
Yeah, so it really...
he has a son in Grenville, right?
In Grenville? Mm-hmm. Yeah, which one?
All right. What street is that? Is that Ben Jones Street? Close to Blast?
Okay, Well, matter of fact, the last time I spoke to Paul, me and him was standing right close to Blast.
Probably came from seeing his son.
And he was stressed because he was telling me about some agency wanted him to, and they wasn't signing off, and he lived in Greenwich to go and take up that job. And I could have felt that stress at the time when Paul was my form teacher. He also had stress with he came from Cuba, and his wife, he wanted to get his wife. He was married to a Cuban woman. I wanted to get her here, and he was having some serious problems
with that too.
Yeah, so it's sad to, but life goes on.
Life goes on. Yeah. The son in Grenville. After Blast, when you move, you're walking towards Flow. You know the place that fixed television upstairs?
Yeah.
Not the guy who does the television.
Okay.
The other guy up there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was going to look for him.
Yeah, he was going to look for him.
Yeah. Once I got expelled in school as a result, I was to cover for Paul. I used to open bat cricket, and they had a game in Queen's Park. So I tell Paul, I say, I want to go cricket. He said, well, go on. And the student decided to ask for permission. He ain't give the student permission. The man went to tell the principal.
Yeah, well, of course.
I just say I can leave the school on my own and do my own thing. I could not implicate Paul.
So, I see you sent me. Let's start there. I see you sent me a video, and I'm gonna. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. So let's talk about other things before we talk about the video.
Yeah.
What's up? What you been doing?
I've been in St. Vincent, as I say, developing on a few products. I had, Dr. Thompson, they had invited me in. They had a science fair with a few of the UE professors, and so I was in a session with them, a week session with that, in moving things forward. Then I was developing some tea blends that I want to bring out on the market. And I did a little farming as well, because that's part of my blood. I did a little archaeological research all over St. Vincent and spent a lot of quality time with the family. The girls really appreciate it. You know,
well, they would, wouldn't they? They would. Come on.
You know, so, yeah. And then me and one of the leading companies in Vincent, we decided to do a joint venture in pushing that new products that I develop and mass producing or mass cultivating one of the most important plants in the world.
Which is?
The jojoba.
That's a picture of the one you sent me.
Yeah, a video.
The video one right there. But we can talk about that just now. How is St. Vincent going with this marijuana thing?
It's challenge. The challenge is, and I applaud the team in St. Vincent. Despite what challenge come, they're ready and able. So Dr. Thompson and his team, Dr. Cummins, Mr. Mapp, the whole team, they are ready and able to maneuver through all those challenges. And even the company that now involved with, they would have do a few exportation to Germany, and they are still hurdling challenges, you know, because they are producing medical marijuana, and that marijuana is medicine. So you have to be, every tree has to be exact content. So you can't grow a tree and then that tree has one level of percentage of that compound and the other one have a different. No, every tree has to be the same.
The same thing.
Yeah, so it's science to the T, you know, and they are overcoming all the challenges, you know, doing very well. And, you know, they're forging ahead to even take over the Caribbean market. And I see the Caribbean region as a tourist destination. It has huge potential. So St. Vincent is really on its way, and they would continue to shape and develop that industry as it grows, you know, despite all the challenges. So it is not where everybody wants it to be, you know. There's a lot of challenge with the traditional farmers, but if they bring it to that level as a regional product on the regional market, then I would see the opportunity for those traditional farmers to get on board where exactly they're supposed to be, basically, you know.
There's an important question here.
Yeah.
How does the population deal with that in St. Vincent?
Normally, the population of St. Vincent is all about marijuana, you know. Before they created that industry, I would say every home in St. Vincent have somebody related to us growing marijuana illegally. So marijuana is in the DNA of every Vincentian, basically. And the challenge now is to, and that is why I got it involved in marijuana in St. Vincent, because I saw the problem in relationship to how the law relates to the traditional farmer and the issue of land ownership and obtaining a license. You need to have property to obtain a license. And then the quality. If you grow in medical marijuana, you have to have a certain quality and standard, else it would not be accepted. But there's also a company that work with traditional farmers, and they grow and produce a lot of oil, which is basically CDB oils, So that takes up, but then that same traditional farmer, sometimes though the price that he gets for a product, if he figure he could get a price on the illegal market, he would prefer to deal with it. So
illegal market meaning what?
They export to all the other Caribbean islands illegally.
Oh, you mean marijuana coming to here?
Yeah, coming here, going elsewhere outside of St. Vincent. So those are the challenges. Just like if you look at the traditional farm in Colombia, compared to, and they have been having all those problems traditionally with the traditional farmer, because the standard for medicinal marijuana is so high, and it takes a lot of cash. Imagine 2 of the criteria: your place have to be fenced, wire fence at a certain height, and then you have to have arms guard 24/7.
In St. Vincent?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, on any marijuana farm, you have to have, once you grow in for international market, those are some of the conditions. So you see how financially burdensome it could be on. Imagine you have a traditional farmer that even not even owning his own property to have those sort of standards. But the industry in St. Vincent is really, it's at an opportunity where you need to work together, basically, if you want to reach certain milestone as a group. There's a few cooperatives, so they also grow, and the marijuana is in the dispensary of some of those big companies that has dispensary. So it's growing, basically, it's growing.
But this one is kind of baffling. Because,
which one?
I didn't realize that you had to get into guns to guard your stuff like that.
Yeah, well, those are the standard, international standard. Remember, those are big money. I would show you a picture inside the vault where the company have the marijuana, and it's imagine it, millions of dollars worth of marijuana.
In a vault?
Yeah, in a vault.
In St. Vincent?
Yeah. So, you may have bandits that know marijuana is there, they will want to come and take it. Those are the challenges in the US. Those are the challenges in big countries that have, a lot of marijuana. Even when you're growing marijuana illegally in St. Vincent, people go and steal it. Common thing. People go and steal your produce on your farm. It's the same thing. So they have security as a measure to counteract those things.
I didn't realize the thing was so...
Yeah, it's a serious thing. A lot of money involved. It's serious. You have to protect, everybody protecting their interests. Yeah.
That part is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
But then we might have a problem here in relation to that. And the problem could be that the Prime Minister did say that, he's not one who favors guns.
Well, gun is part of security. You have security guards with gun here. But I see Grenada have a unique and really good opportunity. In St. Vincent, when the marijuana industry started, they had an amnesty period. So everybody just grew under the amnesty period. And that amnesty period should have put you in line to make enough money through the amnesty period so that you'll be able to be meeting some of those standards. And there is still some of the standards that is not also required for the traditional farmer. A traditional farmer license is just $100. But some of the shortcomings are that traditional farmer cannot export. You have to sell to a foreign company that have all those high standards. And one of the laws that those foreign company has to buy 10% of the growth from the traditional farmers. So that practically would help the traditional farmers to reach up to the standard in time. But they would always be lagging behind. Those are some of the measures that was put in place before it became into reality, into practicality.
So I have 2 acres and I want to farm 2 acres. I'm allowed to farm the 2 acres, but then the companies, they have to buy a certain percentage from me.
Yeah.
They must.
Yeah. That's the law.
You must get a copy of all the laws in relation to that.
I don't know if I have it with me. I did came back with some of those documentation.
The big question I can ask you here is, have you ever been contacted so as to be part of any forum as it relates to what I believe the government spoke about, which is was it legalization or decriminalization?
I think they're looking at both legal and decriminalization.
Have you ever been part of any of those?
No, I haven't been any part of.
Why? Is your choice or you were never invited?
No, I mean, right after the election, I told the minister if they need any assistance with that regards, I'm available. But I was never. But up to recently, because, and even when I went back, me and Dr. Cummins was chatting and he told me, hey, Claudine was here, and Dalton, why not helping these people? And they do. And I told him, told the minister I was available, but yeah, I spoke to Claudine up to, I think it was Monday, I was in town, I saw him, and he told me he would reach out and we'd have a chat.
He told you that?
Yeah.
Don't hang your sleeve out. Don't hang your sleeve out, my brother.
But I was showing him the uniqueness of Grenada and how we could get that done much easy. And
hold that thought. Yeah. We'll be right back. This is Real FM Radio. Stay with us.
Welcome to another program of Did You Know? A 5-minute feature from the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union. I am your presenter, Ocelyn Crosby. When is the best time to talk to your kids about money? Right now. Your kids will learn about money from someone. Don't let it be an out-of-control celebrity on social media. You have the opportunity to be the positive example in their lives and the guiding voice they can trust. No, money isn't a taboo subject. And no, your kids don't need to be sheltered from financial matters. So buckle up and just have the talk already. Or go deeper if you've only skimmed the surface. If you want to change your family tree, you've got to change your mindset. Here are 5 tips for talking to your kids about money. 1. Start slow. According to a 2017 T. Rowe Price survey, 69% of parents have some reluctance when it comes to talking about money with their children. And only 23% of kids say they talk with their parents frequently about money. There's no need to schedule a 5-hour lecture presentation to review bank account balances and retirement plan contributions. Start by simply answering your kids' money questions at an age-appropriate level. You may be surprised at what they already know or what they need to know more about. Once they realize you're open to these discussions, they may be more comfortable coming to you with money questions. 2. Be honest. If you regret going into debt or not saving more for college, tell your kids. Parents so rarely have open, honest moments with their children. Kids can handle it, really. Instead of hiding your financial failures or covering it up when money's tight, tell your children the truth. When you run into debts and you're past the difficulty paying them back, share that. They'll appreciate your openness and learn a valuable lesson about overspending. 3. Talk values, not figures. If you're hesitant about disclosing your salary and major expenses to your kids, don't sweat it. The good news is your kids don't really want or need to know that stuff. They need concepts like saving, budgeting, paying down debt, and giving. To help your kids get an idea of what the real world budgeting looks like, encourage them to track their spending habits and see just how far their money is going. Soon, establishing a budget will feel like second nature. And if they stick with it, they'll be well ahead of the curve by the time they hit the college campus. We are due now for a break. More when we return.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call 442-8602, 459-4325 or 416-8467 for further information.
Welcome back. In case you just joining us, we are addressing the topic of speaking to your children about money. 4. Set family goals. Let your children sit in and contribute to family budget committee meetings. Just remember, you and your spouse are the adults. Only mom and dad make the final decisions. If you are paying off debt or saving for the future, let the children join in as you celebrate reaching milestones along the way. As you set goals as a family, remind your children that goals require sacrifice. That might mean skipping a vacation in order to cash flow a car, but they'll catch on, especially if they understand these sacrifices will affect their futures as well. 5. Learn about money together. Eventually, you'll touch on topics you may not completely get yourself, like mutual funds, money market accounts, or Roth IRAs. If you don't feel fully knowledgeable on these topics, that's okay. Admit you don't have all the answers and do the research together to find ways of securing your future. It's a great excuse to spend some time together. So go ahead and open up about the family finances, but keep it simple. Start the conversation, be honest, and teach and lead by example. Someday, your money smart kids will be proud to follow in your big financial footsteps. And that's it for this week. We are excited to share with you that if you missed any of these programs but would love to view it later, we have now introduced the television version to the season of Did You Know? And all the programs are now uploaded on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So until next week, I am your presenter, Oslin Crosby. Grenville Credit Union, your financial institution who values our membership and strives to provide exceptional customer service.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You couldn't even with a clothes, and they forget agriculture.
The sound of the guy. What, you know him?
No.
DC Ranks.
Oh, DC. Wow.
You don't know DC
Yeah,
Ranks?
I've no, I know him.
But
I know
you
DC.
just said no, you know.
No, I didn't know the music. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's DC Ranks.
Yeah.
I see you just handed me a pamphlet here. What's that? What's this?
That's from the Medical Marijuana Authority of St. Vincent.
In St. Vincent?
Yeah.
Okay, it says what type of medicinal cannabis therapy is best for you.
Yeah.
So there's the smoke.
Yeah.
There's the
edibles.
Cannabis tea.
Yeah. Tinctures, edibles.
Sprays,
yeah.
edibles, tinctures, juicing,
yeah.
vaporizing, capsules and gel caps,
yeah.
and topical salves and patches. Are these all available in St. Vincent?
Yeah.
Like you can always walk into the drugstore and buy it?
At dispensary.
So you can walk the road and smoke weed in St. Vincent?
That was normal before the law was implemented. St. Vincent smoking marijuana was normal long before they had a law. But the law allows every citizen to have a quantity of marijuana, so you wouldn't.
The law in St. Vincent allows?
Yeah, it allows that.
For everybody to have a smoke?
Yeah, to have a smoke. So it's not.
Oh my! That is interesting.
Yeah.
That is rather interesting.
Yeah.
My good friend just stepped into the studio. Are you hearing yourself? No? Yes, you're hearing. Yeah, you're hearing. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Andre. Morning to the listening public. Morning to Dalton.
Pleasant good morning. Happy New Year to BJ. First time for the year meeting.
Happy and prosperous and blessed New Year to you, Dalton. Let me not show you.
As soon as you step in, BJ, there's somebody on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to you all, gentlemen.
Good morning.
And it's a good thing to call immediately as BJ stepped in.
Yeah.
But I have something to say there. I feel extra proud, Mr. Andre, to know that this gentleman that is there giving us that type of education on marijuana. And I feel proud to be coming from your station.
But it's my family.
Well, yeah, it doesn't mean that you're thinking like you are, you're thinking like you.
Oh God, Cliff, man.
Right.
Yeah, man, a prisoner?
Yeah, that's a praise I give you.
Talk to me, bro.
But believe it, the gentleman is saying a lot of things that might be new to 90% of the marijuana smokers in Grenada. Because people thought that the coming in of this present government into office would have made marijuana illegal on the street, and that things would have been so easy. But here, this gentleman is explaining that there are rules and laws that govern marijuana. When I was an extension officer, I went in a place in Waltham, in the back of Waltham Secondary School, going up in the side. And a gentleman, he had a whole place bar up, as he talked. Bar up with bamboos from the track road to go in. And when a fella see me coming up, a fella shout out, hey man, where you going? I get astonished. I say, right, trouble now. Because man had marijuana beds and things. Okay. And I going up. So I tell him, I say, no, I'm an extension officer, just again. Fellas started, oh, and they go back. And I've become very good friend with one of the fellas that was there. You know what the fella tell me? I thought he was a man that a police informer had come in there. So I could have died if these people had really serious and whatnot. So
if 99 was 100, you're dead.
Yes. So I'm saying how serious this thing is. And I don't think we're getting the proper explanation as to the way forward for marijuana in Grenada. And I'm openly saying that this talk, the government says, the other government before NMP said that they would have make marijuana legal to smokers and whatnot. But I don't think nobody is educating Grenadians on the proper way forward and structures for marijuana. So people still believe, well, marijuana should be helter-skelter now. And now the Rastas are finding that it's not as easy. Because although government say that they'll make grant by estate, the first estate for weed, you hear now, we talk back now, you hear the same marijuana farmers saying that they went through, and there's a lot of tie-up in the agreements of grant by estate with government. So it's not going to go as easy as people believe. So the education that this gentleman is giving there is worthwhile education that people in Grenada should follow up. People like Mr. Clown and them as well behind that. So we're not hearing them and seeing them again. But there's a lot of education to be given on this way forward for marijuana, and people should stop thinking that it will be a helter-skelter for everybody. That's my thing on it.
All right, Cliff. Thank you very much. BJ, you would have been listening on your way here, so you'd have heard the conversation that, as Dalton came in this morning, I decided, you know what, let's talk cannabis a bit, and maybe some other plants or whatever we can get him to talk about. But he is involved in the production of cannabis for export in St. Vincent. So the question begs to be asked, if he is involved, and he has been involved, that's the first place I saw him. Before I knew you were related, I saw a picture of him doing cannabis, and where they had the cannabis planted, but then the ground was covered with plastic.
Mulching.
So as to keep moisture in, I guess, and also weeds. Keep away weeds. Yeah. Now, here's someone who's been involved in thing and who doing the thing on the legal side. And BJ, we are not exploiting that. What's wrong here?
Andre, what's wrong is people's reluctance to change. We lack leadership, serious, impactful leadership. We lack that in our country. We react. We don't set trend. The people who make money in the world are trendsetters, pioneers of certain things. I'm afraid, and I gave you a long lecture with regard to cannabis, marijuana, a long time ago, and it's kind of redundancy that I'm speaking about it again. When Grenada going to choose to liberalize, and I'm using that word very widely here, marijuana, is when it has no value and no use in the world again. We are not exploiting a window, economic window, that opened up itself a lot of years ago. And you really cannot blame our leaders to a certain extent, because they cannot think independently. They have to be influenced by some foreign powers or some other institution that probably govern the country indirectly. For example, in the 80s or 90s, was a regular thing annually for the U.S. to team up with the Rapid Response Unit, or I don't know what they call them, regional whatever security force,
services,
and eradicate marijuana through the Caribbean. And if countries didn't want to adhere, they would be targeted economically from an international standpoint. So what you find is that the same country, in a hypocritical way, that used to pass and burn down your little weed field, they're the one that mass producing it now.
Yeah.
Andrew, that's the way the world is. It's all about economics and politics. And I have the opinion that people or countries need to chart their own destiny. They need to decide what is good for them and what's not good for them. I keep saying that based on where we're coming from, we should take a scientific, rational, slow, planned approach with regard to how we deal with marijuana. Marijuana is a high-valued crop. It's a crop that is in serious demand. And I want to interject here. I have no doubt, given our climate and given the nature of our country, that we can produce the best marijuana in the world. And I can testify to that. Andre, let me tell you this. We only owe national debt is just what? Maybe 2 billion dollars. I don't think it's plenty. That's a lick of the money.
Not plenty money.
No. And I'm saying that from seriously planned cannabis production, targeting international market, growing ganja domestically for, local consumption is a waste of time.
Yeah.
Waste of resources, it means that you don't have the system, the structure planned out properly. You should be exporting marijuana or processing marijuana. You should be targeting centralized place. It shouldn't be grown randomly all over the place. It should be grown under secured condition. You fence it wrong, you put security light, you have people working there, and it's secured. All right, Andrew? Now, locally, what you can do, instead of people, because there is a demand for it locally, a lot of people use marijuana for different things. And Andrew, once upon a time, people in the world was banning tobacco and all alcohol and all of those things. No, those things are legal all over the place 30, 40 years later.
Moonshine and bowers
and
not
that's
legal.
the way the world is. It's an ever-changing place, and you can't really stop it. Because the world has become a global village, Margaret Thatcher, Ronald Reagan, and those people, and them compliments to them. Andrew, you know what happened? If something is in demand, the economics of the day is if something is in demand, and your country are reluctant to produce it, prepare to import it.
Yeah.
It's gonna come your way. That's the way the world is. Yeah. You don't want to grow it, St. Vincent gonna supply it for you.
Yeah.
You don't want to bring it in legally, we will find a way to bring it in illegally.
For you.
That's the economy.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the money continues to go out.
Yeah. That's what happens, Andre.
No money is coming in.
Well, the amount of millions that we send to St. Vincent, we give St. Vincent farmers to get ganja for domestic consumption. Yeah. I want to know what's really wrong with us. A lot of people lose their life in the process.
People lose their life. People lose their money. Yeah. People lose what they go and buy for.
Yeah.
So you understand the point? You understand the point I'm making? If you don't have a planned approach, Andre, you're going to have those problems. There should be ganja shop, legal ganja shop, about the place, rather than people going in a little corner and getting hand chop out and all of those things.
Yeah.
You should get this thing, not just that, somebody where they store those things. This is something you're consuming, and it need to be, basically stored in, airtight containers and all of those things, so you don't have oxidation.
You were just telling me about the ganja being stored in vaults.
Yes, secured condition, airtight condition, so you don't have oxidation, and then you don't get fungus development and build up and stuff like that. And Andre, you have to have it,
So what is our problem then? What is our problem here locally? BJ, let me hear from you first. What is our problem here?
What is our problem in relation to the production of ganja?
Yeah.
Is that we're going about it the wrong way, Andre. First, you have to think about security. Andre, that's the first thing. That you have to understand that you need to secure your population. All right? So you don't really want to make it like we're going to decriminalize ganja, we're going to whatever. You can make it available. So you reduce the risk of people having to go and cultivate it in every little corner, every little patch, and somebody getting the hand chop out and the foot chop off and those kind of things. You don't really want to do those. What you can do is just like how you have let's face it, you have your lotto shop all over the place, and your blast all over the place, and you're still promoting the alcohol and the whatever inside of there. Why you can have a shop or one or two in every, where somebody who wants to utilize ganja for different purposes can go and buy it. The world has moved to that stage already, and we're getting left behind, Andrew. We're being dragging along, and we're missing out an opportunity to make Grenada farmers rich and to make the country rich from taxes and all of those things. Why do you think they do banning tobacco and they're marking all kind of thing on the pack? The Surgeon General has one that smoking cigarette is dangerous and hazardous to your health. Why do you think they're doing all of those on the pack and they make it mandatory that you have to have those on the pack? Well, you have to ask yourself one question. Well, if it's dangerous to your health, why produce it? And think about where they are selling it. They're keeping those with filter, and they're selling those without filter for poor people. You understand me? I'll tell you. And government putting a tax on it, but they can't ban it because the lobbies, the tobacco companies and stuff like that, They are, multi-billion dollars company. So they, they basically direct and, plan how your economy function. They can put a squeeze on you and all of those. They have the lobbying with the U.S. government and whoever, and they tell you, well, you cannot ban it, and you have, freedom of whatever. You're taking away people's freedom. Andre, the world we are living in is a very hypocritical world. And unless we don't find our windows of opportunity, all right, we're going to have serious issue. Unless we don't lead, unless we stop following and, decide on our destiny in a planned, organized manner, we're going to be missing out on things that we'll be, regretful about it later. I'm not saying to legalize marijuana. I'm not advocating marijuana use. All smoking is hazardous to your health. But I know when I was growing up as a little boy, Andre, my grandmother used to smoke tobacco, and 5-year-old me light the tobacco pipe for her and stuff like that. And she used to say, something, BJ, when I smoke them black tobacco, when I smoke it, I feel a little better. The rheumatism is killing me. My knees hurting me, and she pull in the pipe, and she sit down and she cool again. You understand? So it do work for some people, and there's still all the old timers about the place. So we need to be careful how we, structuring and running the economy. We are reluctant as leaders to set trend. We are dragging our feet. We are talking a lot and not doing anything. Dalton is a specialist. I know he's a specialist we're growing with from a long time. And as far as I'm concerned, why we can use him as a resource person to basically, because it's a unique thing that we're getting into unknown territory. So somebody who have the experience about it, why we don't use him as a consultant?
Nah, too much money for him.
Yeah.
And
he's a little local boy from up the street, from
wherever he is now. That's too much for him.
Yeah,
from poetry.
In him gonna be calling.
Yeah, in him call, and then
so them pack him up in a corner,
and
they have some technocrat.
Clothing name won't call. Clothing.
I don't call him no name.
I call him Clothing, the lawyer Clothing. His name won't call.
Andre, there are men who pose in life, posers, and there are doers. They have a lot of posers, a lead. So all what you get is just show business. Man are moving slow motion. You can't see that.
You didn't know Clothing is a poser?
I don't know.
He just pose and make noise. and that's what he is. He gets his stuff done. When he makes noise like that, he gets his stuff done. But the fact is that he's a noisemaker. But I am, again, BJ, and I'm going to come to you now, Dalton.
Yeah.
What is the problem? What do you think is the problem?
I think the administration and the authority have no willpower to implement. CARICOM has sat and advised the government in the Caribbean to go ahead with the industry. The world has softened up. The industry is a huge industry. And yes, the fear of the big countries would produce mass, and we as those small countries would not be able to compete. But research in our favor has shown that those weed that are growing under all those special lights have a serious negative effect as it relates to medicinal marijuana. So now we, with our sunlight, natural sun, is back again in that unique position. And not only that, our soil, our soil is not as dangerous as those soil that is contaminated with all kind of pollutants, So we have that unique. So we now have to create a law or create an industry based on all those experience. Look at the Jamaica experience, look at the St. Vincent experience, look at the Colombia experience. We could take that tree experience and parallel and tailor into legislation something that is unique to us.
What happened that St. Lucia and Dominica are not doing?
Everybody dragging the foot, basically. And again, as BJ say, once the US is to come together with all those islands and go and destroy marijuana all over the place, St. Vincent mainly too. And those governments still timid to the fact that you're going into that marijuana industry legally now. a few years ago they was destroying it together, and now you want to go into it legally. I think those politicians really don't have the guts, and whoever they have as organization to move it forward, we're still scratching, as they say, pussyfooting basically.
And ask yourself that. Yeah. If the man and them selling us the whole bulk of whole Kentucky and the whole bunch of McDonald's and the whole bunch of Subway and all of those foolishness, why we can't send them some weed? Tell me.
They don't want us. Too much money for us.
They're sending things that are killing us out, and we're consuming it. And it's legal. So if marijuana becomes legal, why we cannot do the same? Why we cannot send it for them? The demand is over there. I'm not talking about local consumption. Mm-hmm. Local consumption of marijuana is a waste of time. We need to treat the thing as a crop, a high value crop. Mm-hmm. And we need to organize it in such a way where you have control over it. And it can be done because it's done in other countries. The license to get, to grow marijuana just to process your farm, you don't even get the license yet. To process your application farm in Florida was $130,000 just to look at your farm to say, well, boy, this making sense or that don't making sense. You understand me? I tell you, and you don't even pay for the license yet. Mm-hmm. You understand the kind of money that involved in that? The taxation. This is a country that is, a state that is just 4 hours away from Grenada.
Us, yeah.
So, what it is we are doing?
This is
in St. Vincent.
You talk about this.
With
they are charging you all that money together.
Yeah.
Just to look at your application form because you have to apply.
Millions of
dollars. So the committee would sit down. You
so they're still making our money on it.
Just look at it. Mm-hmm. They're telling you how you're missing that because they do it in such a way now that because the federal government want to collect taxes from growing of marijuana, what they do, Andre, is that they link your accounts to the federal government, through the system. So your sales and everything have to pass through the accounts. So they know exactly how much money you make for the year, what it is you're paying in terms of tax and all of those things. You understand? They have access to your records, your financial records. All of those you have to adhere to during your application form, when you send it inside.
It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. And it's another beautiful morning. I tell you, it is so beautiful. It's like I'm smelling the weed,
Sometimes you can talk about something and get high, Don't forget. You don't really have to use it.
For real.
Yeah. Ask ladies about that. They can talk to you about certain things and get you, aroused psychologically. Yeah. And you feel like you're high.
There's another product. We're going to take a commercial break, but there's another product that I want to speak to Dalton about. Something he said to me some time ago. He said to me that was extinct. And I see jumping up these days about it, BJ. So we're going to take a commercial break and then we'll come right back and have some more discussion on that particular topic. This is Real FM. Stay with us.
All right. Tourism is me. Tourism is you. Tourism is everybody. And tourism connects us all.
Did you know that tourism generates revenue and foreign exchange earnings?
Did you know it stimulates infrastructural development and facilitates cultural exchange among people?
You must know tourism is linked to all industries,
from agriculture to construction.
So support the industry today and be welcoming to all our visitors.
Tourism is my business. Tourism is your business. Tourism is our business. Listen one and all. Tourism connects us all.
A message from the Ministry of Tourism
and the Grenada Tourism Authority.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Are you concerned about the impact of climate change on your home or business? The Enhanced Direct Access Climate Adaptation Revolving Fund at the Grenada Development Bank can make your worries a thing of the past. The fund offers concessional financing to households and businesses, focusing on vulnerable populations such as lower-income families and persons with special needs. You could qualify for up to EC $200,000 with an incredibly low interest rate of just 2% annually. With this funding, you can make essential improvements such as building retaining walls for erosion control, making structural improvements to withstand hurricanes, and installing water-efficient bathroom solutions. Take action today. Contact the GDB at 440-2382 to learn more about how you can apply for this funding opportunity. Let's work together to create a climate-resilient nation. The Enhanced Direct Access Project is financed by the Green Climate Fund through the Government of Grenada.
Yes.
And we're back.
Agriculture.
And we're talking agriculture. Yeah, that's what we're talking. Now, Dalton sent me a video. I think it was yesterday or the day before, but nonetheless, he sent me a video, and it was quite interesting. Let me see if I can do this. If I can do this, then it may just think. Hold up, yeah. I'm trying to show the guys what we are all be looking at. What you're seeing, folks, is a video that Dalton sent me, and I want to. Okay. Well. Yeah, we should be. All right, Dalton, you know what? You got it on your phone, right?
Yeah.
So you can look at it on your phone. I have it up. It's already running. Folks can see it. I don't know why I'm not able to get it up on my system there. But folks can see it at their home. It's a plant with a white flower.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is that I'm going to do the video on my phone, and I'm going to give it to BJ. So BJ can look at it. BJ, that's what we're talking about. It's a plant. It has a white flower. Dalton, tell us about that plant that we've seen on the screen.
Yeah, this plant named Cohoba. It was the most important plant in the culture of the people of the Caribbean. And on the second voyage of Christopher Columbus, you had a priest that the Spaniards sent with Christopher Columbus to practically record the history of the Americas. So our history and archaeology actually come from a guy named Roman Payne. And Payne was the one first mentioned it and brand the plant as a blasphemy plant because they told him that they use it to communicate with God. You know, so since then the effort was to eradicate that plant. So we thought it was eradicated. The first revolution in Grenada was as a result of that same plant. When they killed the French governor on the Fort George on the 20th of October, Francois Dubout, he lost his life because he went to La Poterie and take part in a Cohoba ceremony with one of the chief there, Chief Warnard. And so the plant, we thought it was excellent. If you look at the book that Dr. Guido Marcel and them did in 98 with Stanford, Oxford University, they mention it in the book and they mention it as extinct. Dr. Pitija, a French archaeologist, botanist, we together, I was looking for the plant in Grenada for a number of years. On many occasions, I would have misidentified plants because there's a lot of plants look exactly like it.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2019, I would have rediscovered it in St. Vincent.
In St. Vincent?
Yeah.
Okay.
And immediately it became a buzz with the semi-marijuana industry because a lot of those guys was interested in the compounds of the plant, which is psychedelic compounds. And so that allowed them and us together negotiate with the government, and the government had created a lot legislation in St. Vincent for the use of those compounds for mental health, because that is where the pharmaceutical company is going, mental health. And that plant produces more than 5 psychedelic compounds. Matter of fact, that's the only plant in the world that produces so much different types of psychedelic compounds. But what is interesting, the leaf of the plant contains a compound called orientin. Orientin is what pharmaceutical companies want to now use to make antibiotics because we are becoming so intolerant to antibiotics. The back of the plant have another thing called tannis, which is preventative to cancer, name it. The compound in that plant, if you go through those chemical compounds and the importance, it's mind-boggling. And some of those molecules, science refer to them as now God molecules. So you could see how our ancestors were so correct and right on the plant. It is unique to us based on our culture, but we thought we lost it. That now, after rediscovering the plant and the importance of the plant, now going into large-scale production in St. Vincent and production of teas and tinctures and cough syrup, everything, basically.
Large-scale production in St. Vincent.
Yeah.
On a plant that caused a whole revolution in Grenada, and we don't have it?
I brought it to Grenada in...
You brought it back?
Yeah, I brought it back.
Well, did you bring it back legally? Because you get into problems with that, you know?
No, it's not an illegal plant.
It's not an illegal plant?
No, it's not an illegal plant. I brought it back in 2022 and planted in poultry on my property the 27th of February 2022. And the minute time I brought back that plant, if you remember that date, 27th of February 2022, rain, thunder, lightning, the whole place just flood. If you remember Saraka 2022, that place just flood, rain, thunder, lightning from nowhere. My oldest cousin in La Poultry said in not in her living memory she ever experienced a Saraka like that, you know. And I brought back the plant and planted it that day because it was so important.
How's it growing?
Very exciting. I couldn't believe within a year how that plant grew from a seedling into the size of a tree, you know. And those that are planted in 2020 in St. Vincent, the size of tree that it has accumulated is, you know, very, very interesting. And doing research on quantity for harvesting back, and I harvest a 2-year-old tree, and I'm getting over 2 kilos a back. So that means alone, the value of the compound, one of the compound in that bag, out of 2 kilos, you're talking about 12,000 US for the 2 kilos. That is the potential of those compounds in that plant.
10,000 US, you said?
12,000 US.
For 2 pounds of bark?
The content in a 2 kilo bag here.
BJ?
I've seen it.
You?
I said I've seen the plant, Andrew.
You've seen it?
Yeah. You know those things wouldn't pass.
Yeah.
So it's actually growing fairly well, and encourage Dalton to expand on it, you know, on his field.
Yeah. No, I would definitely want, I mean, in not this budget consultation, the previous budget consultation, I went in Grenville Secondary School with a plant, and I told them in the consultation, this plant is not $1 million industry, nor $1 billion industry, it's $1 trillion industry, because those compound is used for mental health. And if you know the size of the mental health industry, we should really take advantage of that plant and do it as commercialize it here in Grenada.
And this, what I'm showing of yours now, is the bark of the plant.
Yeah, that's the back of the plant. Yeah.
You know, Andre, when I just come in and I saw the different package, I thought it was different grade of weed.
Yeah, but this is the this is the bark, and what else do you have there?
That's the leaves.
That's the leaves.
Yeah.
So this is the leaves, and is it all dried?
Yeah, that's dried. Yeah, and that's grind leaves. We'll be doing
grounded leaves.
Yeah, grounded leaves to do capsules and sort of thing.
And this packaging is coming out of St. Vincent. Or this is
your
plant?
My packaging. We looking at different packaging to launch the
What's up? I'm seeing that there's and I'm sure our viewers are going to see this too, because I'm going to show it to them. There is a white flour. Is that used also? Is the flour also used?
Yes, I did extraction from the flour. And there was a guy with toothache problem. That's extraction from the flour.
This liquid here?
Yeah, extraction from the flour. And I gave him for his tooth and he had no problem thereafter.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not serious. Yes, if you go through, I brought in some samples in the lab here over a year ago. I only get partial results yesterday after a year plus. And if you look at the compounds and the result is really interesting. And I only did that because I knew of all the compounds and the importance prior. But because of that CMT that I want to produce, I want people to have that self-confidence. And I mean, it's part of our culture for centuries. That was the most important.
So that means that
in our culture here in the Caribbean. So
our Kalinago people were using this.
Yeah, that was this plant was so powerful. That is a plant that they go to give them instruction as to what other herbs. If you're sick, that is a plant they use, so that they would know what other herbs to give you to make you get better. You know.
Explain that.
Just to worship the plant.
Yeah, the plant was the center of the culture for medicine and the ritual. So all spiritual aspect of the Kalinago culture, of the people in the Caribbean basically, was as a result of that particular plant, you know. And now looking at the compounds and the scientific outlay of the plant, I understand how important that plant is and how powerful it is, you know. So without even going back into the Kalinago culture, the Amerindian culture, just looking at science now, you see how important and powerful that tree is.
Is it being sold in St. Vincent?
No, remember, I was the only person that really discovered it. So I keep the plant at the wrap, even though we're going to commercialize it, you know. Because the disadvantage, although there is a law, the disadvantage of St. Vincent is that they didn't sign on to the Nakoyo Protocol. But after the consultation that we had with UE and other people, Dr. Thompson and fighting hard now to get St. Vincent signature to the Nakoyo Protocol.
Signature?
Yes, we are signature to the Nakoyo Protocol.
In Grenada?
Yeah, Grenada.
So that means we can grow this?
Well, it is protected so that those big pharmaceutical companies
cannot.
If they come and use it, they must give back of the earnings.
So it's like patent.
Yeah, you understand.
And they cannot do a generic form of it.
Nah, you know.
Have to pay royalty.
Yeah, have to pay royalty. Yeah, and two pharmaceutical companies came after me through the same department in St. Vincent, and I was really holding back because I would imagine centuries ago they wanted to eradicate the plant, and now they desperately want it for the compounds.
So it's a plant like BJ sauce-up, because the medicinal properties in sauce-up we are not even close to realizing what yet.
Andre, I'm looking at this thing even much farther. Here we have sauce-up. Here we have that other plant. All right? Here we have ganja.
Yeah.
All of those things are high value crop.
Yeah.
We have limited land space. We have quality temperature to grow large amount of tropical crops. All right? I have no doubt we have the best soil in the world because fruits and other things that we produce tend to taste better than those that come from other countries. All right? Andre, those are the things we need to capitalize on. Look at Dalton. He's an, independent person, committed, patriotic person. Here here he is doing quite a bit of work on the, on the production of other, byproducts from that plant. I'm trying to cultivate the plant itself and expand on it. Did he name mention in the independence business that is coming up here now? Did anybody know Dalton existing? See the kind of work he's doing. Andre, you nobody. Andre need not be mentioned, and I don't look for accolades. Andre, the point I'm making is that this is one man sitting in one like a con. I'm saying that the avenue should be of such that those people should be seen. And we shouldn't, have Dalton can crash anytime, and it crashes. The information goes with him, more or less. We should have those things archived so people can build on them. You can grow and develop. Andrew, this is the only way, experiment, science, research, development. You can't develop without that. I heard in recent time, I don't know if you were hearing it over last week, that Minister of Agriculture Lennox Andrew said that they're about to build back a laboratory in Maribor and build tissueculture labs and those things, and they want to start this year. And I must say that I commend the idea that you cannot seriously develop your agriculture sector without having those. And even want to take it even one step further, a lot of good genetic material from our plants, we are losing them. Because we don't propagate enough, and the generation sometimes that we are taking planting material from is third and fourth and fifth generation. So the genes, you have a lot of variation. Sometimes it's weakened. And you find the crops that we had before, the mango trees and the cashew trees and the whatever, used to be a lot more. It could be from the genetic material, Andre.
Look at peas this year. It's just, to me, observing the way pigeon peas bear is a serious problem. We're losing our original pigeon peas.
Yeah.
They're no longer bearing as they should.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote it in the comments, and I'd like both of you to comment on it. And the question has to do with, and let me go back to the comments so I'll be correct here. We talk about weed. It's so good. Why so much people on streets?
On the streets? They want to link people on the street that's related to weed?
Yeah, that's what Nell Leslie wants to do. And there's another comment by the same person. Working with people using it every day, yet still they're suffering with sickness.
In another thing, and in the session we had with the University of West Indies, Dr. Ford, who in charge of the chemistry department in UE, and we was discussing the importance of oral history. And he, as a scientist, understood the loss of our oral history and the importance. Now, a plant produces certain compounds, and sometimes at a particular time. And doesn't mean any time you harvest that plant, you will get that compound in that plant. The oral knowledge, you have to know when to harvest that, and that's where we lost because we think what our grandparents tell us is foolishness, so we lost. So even science would come and grow that plant and think they could just harvest any time and get that compound, and it doesn't work like that. You understand?
They miss out on it.
Yeah, they miss out on it.
In fact, you have some plants, Dalton, you have to harvest it in the night.
Yeah.
To extract the compounds.
Yeah, you must, and you have to have it a certain time. And our ancestors knew, and this is a key and important factor. So, we see. Look at Grenada. Grenada is a spice. Most of our spices have compounds that fight diabetes, but so much people are dying from diabetes. You understand? We don't understand when to harvest, how to harvest, and how to use. That is one of the problems.
I don't think it's just not understanding when to harvest. It goes back to our oral history.
Yeah.
We don't know when to harvest, and as it relates to let's say pain medication, BJ. If you take a couple of Fenzik, it's gonna stop the headache.
Should
right?
stop it.
It should stop the headache. However, this liquid here that you gave me, Dalton, you said that it can deal with toothache. The trick is how much?
Dosage.
Dosage is what is important.
And that is exactly what we're doing.
Okay, how much and the way you use it, because smoke, any kind of smoke is not good for the lungs. Any kind of smoke is not good for the lungs. However, our ancestors did not sit down for the whole day
and smoke,
mixing weed with tobacco and rolling it in a piece of paper and smoke it. They didn't do that.
Nope.
There were times
when they socialize and take a drive.
When they socialize, or if they were doing their rituals, they know they're supposed to take 2 puffs. They take their 2 puffs and that's it.
Pass the chalice on the
Pass the
side.
chalice on. Do you understand? But now our youngsters and our people,
recreation.
We just doing some man and light the weed and let everybody.
Andre, education. Andre, is all about education. You cannot overstress that thing. All right, it's all about opportunities. Andre, sometimes when you sit down on the side of the road and you have nothing, I'm not saying you're shrewd, but you have nothing, no hope, nobody looking out for you, no dreams, no nothing. Sometimes whatever pass, you hook onto it to pass the day and to pass the time. And people need to realize that there are some people, the marginalized, the poor, the vulnerable. We need to look after them in a special way. People on the street doesn't necessarily mean that it's ganja them smoking. Sometimes it can be alcohol them using. Some it can be psychological pressure.
Combination
It's a combination of a lot of things. Yeah, exactly. Makes even matters worse. All right. And it can be family neglect. All of those things. The point I'm making, Andre, to solve our problem, we need to do it in a collective way. And this thing about people just getting up and reacting when certain things happen is the wrong way to live. You need to live life in a planned way, in an organized way. This is a crop of high value. And as far as I'm concerned, the government should have research centers that we can jump on that. We can use the produce chemist lab to see what exactly those compounds are and what they're really good for. And all we can produce a byproduct that is, $1 trillion industry. This is the way, that's the way, because the land space is limited. We have a lot of bright people and we can grow those crops. The problem is that is to add value to those crops, to make it worthwhile, that you can cut down, 100 acres of cocoa and plant those crops, and the economic benefit that you will get from those crops.
Don't do like George Brazan. Don't do like George Brazan.
Andre, aren't you recognizing this man as a national hero and saying he did X, Y, and Z? And as far as I'm concerned, you don't look at the man, few mistakes that you would have made and judge him.
No, but they just say don't do like him. I'm not judging him. No. I can't put my foot in Brazan's shoes.
Well, then don't talk about little failure.
Of course I must.
In life, you're going to have failures and ups and downs. But I must take that opportunity before we end, Andre, to commend Dalton and Dr. Antoine to the next extent that it seems, always involved in trying to see how they can add value and always thinking about processing, because they do understand that in order to develop industry, you need to have those. If you're just producing raw material, you are in trouble. You have to process it. You have to be able to add value to it. You have to have long shelf life, and you got to make economic sense.
Must.
In St. Vincent, when they plant marijuana, are they allowed to have electrical fence?
It's not. I don't think the law prohibits, but they have barbed wire fence
and cameras,
chain link fence, and camera. Those cameras is on pole way above the fence, so you see
From
you have a 365
distance.
degrees parameter. I know.
Yeah, but I want electrical.
Well, I don't think it's legal to put up electricity out like that in the public way, Even if you put in sign, even if you put up sign, it's not legal.
No, I'm putting first fencing around which is not electrical. But the next fence,
the one inside,
12 feet inside of the one that goes around, is electrical. So if you do something, you climb the first one. It's on you.
Electricity.
You actually want to cut the thief. You don't want to kill him.
Yeah.
We country is very small, so we have to think about the consequences.
No, he has to die. Because if I catch him thieving, he will kill me.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
The police that will catch him, not you.
No. But seriously, going back to the
Cohoba
plant.
Yeah.
What are your plans for Cohoba plant here in Grenada? What are your plans for it?
I would really love to see we mass cultivating. As I say, something that was extinct or thought it was extinct for that number of years, and in rediscovering it, still do not want to see it being abused by the pharmaceutical company and I not benefiting or the country not benefiting. But the health benefit, at the same time, the Kalinago people use that plant collectively. Matter of fact, they reached to a level of communalism as a result of that plant. But that plant have a compound in it, serotonin, which is the love compound. And in order to live in a communal society, love have to be the order of the day. And they reached to that level where everybody was equal among equals. And as a result of that plant, basically the microdosing of that plant. And so in that light, the health benefit is human. I mean, imagine there's a compound in that plant that protects you against radio waves.
What?
Yeah, and so we are about to have a nuclear war, and the compound in that plant protects you against those radioactive waves, basically. So the use of that plant is very important, very, very important. And our ancestors...
How big did the trees grow?
It grew about 60 feet tall.
60?
Yeah.
60?
Yeah.
So it's like massive, like a big mango tree? Yeah. Like that?
Mm-hmm. And the plant also is a nitrogen fixing plant, so it's very important to the soil. It's a leguminous plant.
Goes by seeds or by branches?
Both seeds and branches. I do some propagation and I was able to cultivate one from a branch, so I could use a branch. It goes by seed, yeah.
But those that grow by branches, they're easily toppled over.
Yeah.
Easier than when you sow the seeds.
Yeah. So doing multiple, we about to cultivate 60 acres with the plant.
With that plant?
Yeah.
In St. Vincent?
Yeah, in St. Vincent.
So, but you talking Grenada, bro. What are you doing?
As I told you.
Where you get 60 acres of land?
I want to see, look, the cocoa industry started with 6,000 acres, right? We could plant throughout Grenada with the farmers. I mean, you don't have to be, just one tree could produce and be economically valuable to a farmer. Just one tree. You have.
But who am I going to sell that to now?
The pharmaceutical company. Like in St. Vincent, we have the lab going and process and produce those compounds. Matter of fact, the company already have thousands of vape pens. Some of the compound will be in vape pens. So that is
so you could just puff it.
Vape, yeah,
vape it.
Yeah, so farmer would not be able to just sell it any willy-nilly. The industry has to be prepared with the lab to process and produce,
But if it took you 1 year to get some results from a lab here in Grenada, well, duh.
Make it sense. The demand for the stuff have to be there before you go and produce it. It's the market first and the production after.
And that's,
is the market there, doctor?
And that's the important thing. Now, pharmaceutical company, like me and Dr. Cummins was discussing, how pharmaceutical company go into producing medicine. And they move in a certain area that they see is demanding on the medical needs of patients and the potential. And now is the most opportune time with that, especially with those compounds. Mental health is going into that direction for the compounds of that plant.
The bark, how do you use it? Just boil it?
Yeah.
And draw?
Mm-hmm. Now, antibiotics because of the compound in that plant again, antibiotics is moving, they going into that particular compound to produce antibiotics because of the problem that we have with antibiotics now.
Leaves.
Yeah, they leave. So
same process.
So yeah, the plant is in a unique position right now because of that high demand for this.
Is it only in the Caribbean?
No, there is a variety as well in South America, but the one in South America produces only one psychedelic. Those here produce
5.
Yeah, multiple psychedelics. So that's the difference with those in the Caribbean and those in South America.
Andre, think about the pharmaceutical company. Think about how long they take to admit that soursop have health properties.
I'm going to give this caller 30 seconds. Hi.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
You see where what I was saying is making sense. The gentleman just said that he's preparing 60 acres of land.
That is in St. Vincent.
I know he's in St. Vincent. But here we have 100 acres of cocoa. And the cocoa factory cannot produce enough cocoa, chocolate. And they have 5 cocoa factory in Grenada. And the farmers still can't get a reasonable back pay at the end of his soil. So where are we? We have the land.
We're there.
Well, who is taking care of that? Every year we hear different government come and different government say different things, and we're not reaching anywhere.
Got you, Cliff. We gotta go.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Final words, BJ?
Final word, Andre, is that there were 17 goals set out by the United Nations that countries should adhere to govern properly and to look after its people in a formidable way. And the first goal is to alleviate zero hunger, alleviate poverty. And Andre, here we are. We have the avenue to do it. We have the land space, we have the technology, we have the resource, personnel to do it. It is my opinion that we are not capitalizing on those things to create opportunities. We still have our eyes in the wrong direction and we hands stretched out as though we are begging and we're not supposed to be begging.
Thanks. You, Dalton?
Yeah, we continue with that mental slavery and we don't understand our potential. I think time enough for us to understand agriculture is the way to go and seriously develop our sectors. We must do the research, we must do manufacturing, we must have that scientific approach to our products and create that niche market, and then we'll be able to alleviate that poverty throughout our country.
Next time you come here, which is going to be pretty soon, Dalton, I want us to talk about plants that are close to extinction and that have medicinal properties, and we should make sure that we bring them back.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, great. This is Real 91.9. BJ, thank you so very much.
Welcome.
And thank you also, Dalton. Take care of yourself. God bless. And here's hoping that you guys have a wonderful day. This is Real FM Radio. Stay with us, friends. We've got news coming up at the top of the hour, which is just about a minute away.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation. And those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack this and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer.
This is the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. Details when we get back.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited,